Hi everyone, I'm Emma, a certified dog trainer.
And I'm Kirsten, a certified dog behavior consultant.
And this is Dog Chats. Join us as we chat about dog behavior, having fun with your dogs, and building relationships. We will offer practical advice and a bit of humor. Welcome to episode 36 and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Emma. I'm really excited about this episode. It was super fun planning out what we were going to say, reflecting on last year, where we're at right now, where we're thinking about going.
And that we're a year older.
A little bit wiser.
A little bit.
Maybe a little bit softer.
Yes. And how that affects the way we train. We're both the same age. We're not going to divulge what age we are, but we're both the same age. And what that brings
I feel like
with
I
it.
finally am growing up.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
And not caring as
Like I
much
might be an
about
adult.
certain things,
Yeah.
maybe. So our conversation is going to be a bit about how we feel about entering this new year in the dog world.
Yeah, and I listened to one of our episodes from a couple years ago, our New Year's episode, and wow, I was so motivated. I was like, I want to do this, and I want to do this. And really, when I think about what I want to say today, is I just want to breathe and live in the moment a little bit more.
Yeah.
Look around and be more thoughtful before I feel like I have to act.
That's great. Yeah. I feel that way too. And I hate New Year's resolution, honestly. I don't like looking at it that way because we all know that lasts for January and then going forward it doesn't. But there is something about the days getting brighter that makes you inspired to do some stuff and look at what your focus is going to be during the year.
Yeah.
Let's go back to last year and just what are things that we took from that we're going to bring forward with everything, with dogs, with clients, just stuff that we really enjoyed doing.
Yeah, I would say both of us focused more on seeing the big picture of the dog and the human and meeting their needs.
I think I focused more on last year is just support. That's where I feel most comfortable. But I really want to be there to support my clients and give them the best that I can give with the knowledge I have.
I love that. I was kind of hyper-focused for the past few years, teaching other trainers about what I knew, and I'm finally old enough to realize I know very little. And I'm ready to go back to learning more from other people.
That's great. I love that. And we're always learning, even though we're the same age and we're a little on the older side, maybe. Learning never stops. And if we come to the stage where we go, we don't want to learn anymore, then it's time for us to stop.
That would be sad.
It would
that
be
will
sad.
never happen.
It
We're
would be
lifelong
sad.
learners.
Okay. So, going forward this year, a little bit about what we'd like to do and what we'd like all of you guys that are listening with us to come along with us on the journey as well.
Yeah. I want more humor. We were talking a little about social media, and there's a trend right now with the super intense, is it called duetting, where it's two videos next to each other? You know, the super intense dog going for the frisbee, the whole football field, and then the guy who's got the dog just flopped over the back of his couch. Like, I want more of that in my life.
We talked about this in one of our previous episodes too. As human beings, we have that social pressure. We feel overwhelmed. We feel like we're being compared to those around us that have dogs. And what I would love to put out there for 2026 is to let go of some of that.
Yes. Can I tell a story?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday I'm walking Mick and Neve, and just a rush around the block in front of my house. And where I live, there's a horse stable nearby, so there's always people walking their horses. So we had already passed one horse. Dogs were fine, got their attention. And we're in front of my house, about to go in, and there's a person leading a horse with a child on it. She's clearly an instructor. Do you know the kind of person that sort of wants to show off a bit in front of other people?
Yes.
So that's what she's doing. She's showing the world that she's the instructor. And Mick is lunging a bit. He's quiet, but he was lunging on the leash because he's, what? There's a giant dog in front of my house. I don't like that. And I was like, come on, Mick, whatever. You know, I didn't pull out the treats. I didn't ask him to look at me. I didn't do 1, 2, 3. And the woman says to me, if your dog got off leash, would he come chase this horse? And I said, well, he's not going to get off leash. And you're in front of the house and you're stressing him out a little bit, so I'd like to move along. And then she starts to engage with me. Like, aggro, if your dog needs training, I can help. And I just walked away. So 2026 for me is going to be the walk away.
Yeah. That's great.
I just smiled and walked away.
And yet, so just a little bit on that. You are somebody with a great amount of knowledge. She could have been hit with people that did stupid things and
Yeah.
let their dogs come up.
Right,
So there
right.
could be
Of
a little bit
course.
of that. So
Of course, I'm
it's
sure
but
she's coming from a
she's
place
coming from a
of
place of experience of people just stupidly just unleashing their dogs when there's a
Yes.
horse there,
Best
which
intentions,
is
right?
but I get it. We feel that social pressure too. If we have our dogs out, I walked Kiva and Buddy the other day, and I was like, these guys are all over the place. Kiva was hyper alert on everything that moved. She was like, whoa. And I just don't feel like I work with dogs today.
Yeah.
I just am having a moment. If a dog trainer walked by me, they'd be like,
But isn't that great? You just let Kiva have her big feelings.
yeah. And that's what I kept saying. I kept using your line. She's just having big feelings
Yeah.
today. It's just today. She's just
Yeah.
having big
She's
feelings.
allowed.
So letting go a little bit. And I find that hard to do too, because I feel like that this is like therapy session now. I feel like I'm respected as the person that comes in and helps you with your dog. And sometimes I look at my own guys and I go, oh. And I used to like that before with my previous dogs. People would go, wow, your dogs are so well behaved. And I'd be like, because I'm a dog trainer, right? But it's letting
I've
go
never
of
had
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Letting go.
Smile and walk away.
Letting go.
Just knowing in my heart that I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah. We're all doing just the best we
We're
can.
all doing the best
We're
we
all
can.
doing the best we
Yeah.
can. But it's just thinking about maybe kindness and our choices.
Kindness is a radical choice. I like that. Because we do have to choose kindness. It's a little bit of work to do the kind thing.
It
and
is.
to let that happen.
Oh, what does that look like, though? Honestly, in the world we're in right now,
It's not judging. It's what you just did. You gave the woman with the horse the benefit of the doubt. Best of intentions. We're all showing up to the start line. We're all doing what we can. I don't think people are really trying to make my life difficult. But sometimes they've got all their other stuff going on.
and I think in this time, like I said, Kiva was, we're all hyper focused. We don't give ourselves enough downtime.
Yeah, and so I want to be more like my dogs. That's my goal for 2026. How can Kirsten the human be more like a dog? And I touched on this briefly that I'm constantly, when I see a person or I'm making a new friend, in my head I ask myself, if Emma was a dog, what breed mix would she be, right?
What would I be?
Oh, that's a great question. Definitely a herding mix, because you've got some organization skills there, right? You do. But you have that big, loving, warm heart. So maybe like a border collie lab.
Oh, geez, that's a hard mix.
Yeah, it is. But a lovely mix. Because you have both sides.
Oh.
Anyway, just thinking about how forgiving my dogs are. Because I was telling the story the other day. I just had a crazy work day, and then I went out with a friend at night, and Charlie was looking at me out the window like, "Bye, Mama." But then I went back in because I forgot my water bottle, and he's already laying on the couch, like so forgiving.
Oh.
What I want to be forgiving like that, just letting the grudge go,
Yes.
just saying, Mama's doing what she needs right now. So I want to be more like a dog, even
And-
though you're the horse.
And like honestly, they bring down our stress level. They really do, other than that walk I was telling you about the other day. But overall, they take care of us. They make us go out of the house with them. We get some exercise. We have some fun with them. We chill with them. They cuddle with us.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to have a dog.
So I want to hold less grudges. I want to live in the moment. I want to be more giving.
Do you think this comes with age?
Yeah,
Like we were
I think
talking.
and the softness.
Yes.
That's good. Which we have to do. If we're going to age into this profession, we have to let go.
We do.
Because I'm not as strong as I was 10 years ago.
No, strength is something that has definitely changed.
I'm not even as mentally strong. Like you think
Yeah.
I'd be stronger, but I think I'm more humble, which is good. I'm probably doing my job better because of that. Because
Yeah.
I literally can't physically control dogs in the way I could.
And what are you looking forward to this year? What is it that you have in your mind to focus on that we can help our clients with?
Really, this idea of seeing the world through dogs' perspective more and just sitting and being with our dogs. So, lowering the expectation of productivity, not looking at getting through the list of things. Even in some of our earlier episodes, I worried a lot more about enrichment for my dogs, keeping track of that enrichment. What I want to do more of is looking at what they're doing in the moment and recognizing that as enrichment and meeting their needs.
Great.
And just being with them more, just being present with them more.
That's great. Mine, for, let's say, my own dogs, I was thinking about it this morning. One of the things is this year I want to offer them more off-leash freedom if I can. So that might mean I book a couple of sniff spots.
Yeah.
And just do that for them, because Kiva's 8 and Buddy's somewhere between 5 and 7, who knows. I just want to give them that for our business part. I want to focus more on puppy behavior. It's a thing I absolutely love, so just keeping up with that. Then enrichment for me is huge. I do it at Marin Humane, and I also want to bring that into homes a little bit more. It's funny that you're saying I'm coming off the enrichment, and I'm sitting in that a little bit more, just because I think enrichment, and this is enrichment like putting stuff on the floor for people, or for people, it could be for people, for dogs to explore. And I just have seen such a benefit from that last year. And it's not that you have to do it every day, but I see it from doing it in the shelter, is that it can bring out confidence in a dog. It can also help some of those dogs that have high arousal, and especially in a shelter environment. It can help them just ground a little, and we do it in a room there, so it just gives them that little bit of grounding. And sometimes they come into that space and they sniff around a little bit, and then they just lay down and fall asleep. That, to me, like, I feel all warm when I think about that, and that's something I want to really encourage people to do. And it can look very different. It doesn't have to be so regimented. It can look different for everybody, but that's something that I love.
Yes, and that, so I'm going to take that, your last line, look different for everybody. I think I was more formulaic and giving people, here's the 10 things I want you to do. Instead, I want to look at what the people are already doing, to your point, and acknowledge what they're already doing and see if I can encourage and support them.
More of that.
Because you're right. I mean, it's the best thing we do is enrichment. I want more enrichment in my life.
I know.
So.
I wonder, could somebody set up a room for us for enrichment? What would that
Actually,
look
it
like?
would just have a bunch of dogs in it.
And chocolate.
Yeah.
Away from the dogs, but chocolate.
Also, I was thinking, because you mentioned Marin Humane, and I'm working at Compassion Without Borders in
Yes.
Santa Rosa, which I love. So I'm working with them, and we just got a grant so that I can go out to new adopters' homes twice
Wonderful.
to support keeping the dog in the home. So I'm really looking forward to that. So moving away from my own personal business, more towards supporting the shelter dogs and being able to stay in their new adoptive homes.
I think that's what brings both of us great joy, is to be able to have our clients, but also have this part that really we're passionate about and is in our hearts, is looking after those dogs that are in transition
Yeah.
and being able to help those in the smallest way.
Yeah.
Because my part at the shelter is so very small. I'm a volunteer there. It's so very small, but they do so much all together that it just is great to be a little part of that. And can I tell you something too?
Please.
I just told you before we started that I'm off to Ireland for a week, which is good for my soul, talking about all of this. Always being an immigrant, I love where I live, but I also love going to Ireland just for a week. And one of my big things is to go to Limerick Animal Welfare for a visit. That again brings me grounding, and it will help my soul, like I mentioned.
Soul food.
So that's it. So for this year, great outlook for great things to be happening. Also, I'm going to continue working on that stray missing dog course that I've put to the side, that I want to support people in that sense too.
Very cool.
And we'll probably come across other things that we will want to help people with as well.
Yeah. I just want to keep going back to this idea of kindness and just weaving that through everything we do, because it's easy, especially with what's going on in the world today, it's easy to get grumpy and frustrated and negative. It takes a little work to choose the kind way when other things are coming at you. And I'm ready to put that work in.
I know this sounds like it's a good chat between the two of us. We do. I know we're going overboard in the kindness right now, but it's just how we feel. Yeah. And so we're not giving you necessarily dog tips this particular episode, but we just want to have us all come together. And if you're our listeners, you feel the same way about dogs that we do,
Yeah.
that they're so important to our self-care, and we want to look after them this year. So their self-care and our self-care, we're framing that. I really feel like we're doing like a Zen thing right
we
now,
are.
but it's okay. We're just gonna go with the way we feel right now.
I want to give an example.
Yes.
Of a new self-care ritual that I've started. You didn't ask me what breed of dog I would be.
I know, because you were telling me something else, and then I was going to come back to that. I was going to throw that out at the end.
Well, I always say I would be a herding breed. Recently I started thinking probably Kelpie.
Oh,
Which I'm embarrassed to say. I don't want to be a Kelpie. But then Finley, my older daughter, throws in there that I'm actually part German Shepherd because I get so uptight if anybody parks in front of the house. Like the whole block in front of the house. If somebody I don't know, I'm like, who's there?
which I think you have a really sociable, you almost have a little buddy flavor too. So
Maybe a little Chihuahua in there.
I don't know if the
Chihuahuas aren't
Chihuahua
very
brings
social.
that. That's the part of Buddy. Buddy's almost like a lab in a Chihuahua body.
Yeah. You think I'm social?
Yes, because you're very friendly and you're like, oh, hey.
Okay.
It's funny because...
That's nice because I don't see myself that way. Oh, anyway, wait, I lost my train of thought. Self-care. Oh, yeah. So usually it's Kelpie. So for the last 15 years, 15 years. I set the alarm at 5, and I was always up by 5, usually before 5. Get up, either run the dogs or walk the dogs, come back, do my exercises. And in the last just couple months, I've stopped setting the alarm. I wake up when I wake up. I get up, I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, I make a cup of coffee, and I get back in bed. And they love it. They can't even believe it. I used to think like all they wanted to do was walk. They can't believe Mom was getting back in bed. Under the covers, and I've been reading and writing, and they're all around. It's so great.
That's great.
And I was like, wow.
I don't know if this episode is so much for those people that are listening more than it is for us, but we're going to go with it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you feel like you're here with us. But that's wonderful self-care.
So maybe I've gotten to be a Kelpie Basset Hound.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or maybe that's what I want.
Self-care for both people and dogs. Rest, which is what you were talking about. Choice.
Yeah, just not setting that alarm.
Yeah. And for the dogs, they just have a little bit more agency on what they want to do and safe ways that we can do that. Appropriate enrichment. So whatever we feel like they might need in a particular day. I have to tell you something about enrichment is I don't do an awful lot at home with the dogs, but I do some. And both of them have had tummy bugs, for a word to say what's going on with both of them. So I've had to take some of those things away.
Yeah.
Like just chewing on stuff because they're on bland diets right now. And I can see the difference. I can see them just going, God, this is so boring. And wanting to go out so much more.
Yeah.
Like we barely finish our coffees in the morning and they're both looking at us like, okay, we got to go out because there's nothing happening in here. So thinking about that, I'm seeing that difference.
So funny. So polar opposite of me, where I'm saying my dogs are like, oh, thank God we get to get back in bed. My mom is finally taking a breath.
On the other side of that, let me tell you when the cup of coffee comes, because that's much later, right? They can stay, sometimes they can be in bed until about 10 in the morning.
Wow.
Or they might come up, my husband gets up early, so maybe 5 in the morning, they go out and do their business, and then they come right back up to bed, like you were saying.
Yeah.
The little guy was tucked under all the blankets this morning. I didn't even know where he was.
Yeah.
He was, somehow it got between everything. And like it can be 10 o'clock sometimes before they come down.
Wow.
You know.
Nice.
And emotionally looking after ourselves too and our dogs.
Yeah. What does that look like?
That could be just switching off, like you said, reading your book, or it could be just hanging with the dogs and just petting, or just looking at what's hard for them and what's not.
That's what I meant when I was saying, like, my goal is to see the world through their perspective more. Instead of trying to change the behavior when Dakota's barking and lunging at a person, looking at that person and saying, you're right, that person is moving in an interesting way, and that hat could be scary, and that person might have a smell I'm not even smelling.
Yeah. And do they like their walks? Because we just think that's what they want to do, but do they actually enjoy them?
Yeah.
What are we seeing that would tell us they do? What would tell us that they're not? Just having that awareness of what is going on with them.
Yeah.
Rather than our needs always being met. It has to be a balance. That's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
We're living together. But just taking that moment to see where they're at. And I'm loving that more and more of going, God, are they enjoying this? Do they like this? What could we do that could either encourage them to maybe this, or do we not need to like it at all?
So less trying to focus on that. I just want to be focusing on the moment and what's
Yeah.
happening and acceptance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to help the clients feel like there is a solution. It may not be the solution that they were hoping for, but it's a solution that they both can live happily together.
And that might be acceptance.
It might be acceptance. So
Yeah.
that's a big one. We invite everybody to have that reflection and come along on our little
I love it.
little kindness and
Yeah.
thing we're doing for January. We want to ask you guys, what do you want to feel living with your dog this year? What is that? What does it look like to
What does
you?
it look like? I love that. What is the self-care, self-love you're doing for you and your dog?
What kind of relationship are you building? Obviously, we all have good relationships with our dogs, but what are we looking for in this year? And is there anything? Do we need help with anything, or are we just fine the way things are?
Oh, Emma, I like that question that you had posed to me when you said, what would kindness look like in one small moment this week? So
Yeah.
kindness with my dog, kindness to the world, kindness to myself. What does kindness look like? I love that question.
Yeah.
It's a little bit woo-wee.
I thank you all for
Yeah.
listening to us and letting us have this moment, because it'll make us better.
We're a little softer.
We are this month. We are just a little bit. Just putting it out there for everybody just to have that moment, think about your relationship with your dogs.
Send us a photo or a video of what kindness looks like.
Yeah, and you can do that through Instagram, you can do it through our Facebook page, whatever way you want to join. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends or any of our episodes. And that's my little guy buddy
But
saying
he
yes,
wants
he's
more.
agreeing with it. And just before we finish up, we want to tell you there's a wonderful episode coming up in February.
Yes.
It's going to be very touching, and you may need a couple of tissues for, but something we both want us to all do together.
Yeah.
Because it's inevitable. And should I give a little,
Yeah,
do we want to get,
Give a nugget. Helen
Yeah.
St. Pierre is our guest speaker, and she's going to be talking about hospice care for dogs.
older dogs and how we can take care of them and nurture those times.
And helping them live their life fully and letting go on their last good day instead of trudging through the wind.
On that note,
Yeah.
be kind.
Be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourselves.
And thanks for coming along with us for
Yeah.
this one. This I just both of us putting out that
Squishy Californians.
exactly that manifestation of what we want for the rest of the year. So we're just putting it out there, a little different than our normal episodes, but we hope you enjoy it,
Yeah.
and we look forward to next month.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for tuning in today, and hope you'll join us for our next episode. You can reach Emma at ecdogtraining.com or on Instagram at ecdog_training, and Kirsten at kwhappydogs.com or on Facebook at kwhappydogs. Don't forget to hit subscribe. See you next time.